One Christmas, my parents asked me what I would like for Christmas. I would have been 16, soon to be 17, but I asked for a Bible. I started with the New Testament. The very first chapter is the genealogy, and I said, I'm never going to get through all of this. One afternoon, my family had gone to see cousins and an aunt and an uncle, and I was, I can't explain it. All I know is the words, "Come follow me," jumped out from the page. It was not like St. Paul the Apostle thrown off on the way to Damascus. It was simply, "Come follow me," and that's when I would say, dedicated my life. From my background, hearing Isaac Hecker's background with a Methodist mother and becoming a Catholic as an adult, the ecumenical and interfaith aspect was the initial appeal, as well as implicitly the evangelization. The Paulists called me forth from only the intellectual gifts, but they saw my pastoral gifts of working with people of all ages and backgrounds. Sometimes I would mention about going on for a degree, and it would be, would you be interested in being in formation ministry? I am the novice director for all these guys. The quality of the guys it's just wonderful. So I'm a teacher, of course, in formation ministry now. I'm the one who gives intros to prayer, spirituality, discernment, intros on Paulist history and Paulist life and the Paulist Constitution and our mission direction and community direction statements. Climate change is killing the cedars of Lebanon. For me, Catholic social justice teaching was so ethical, so moral. The Paulists expanded from fundamental option for the poor and care for the earth and so on, to also, well, what about people who are feeling alienated? Back in the 1980s, after I'd been associate officer, I was asked to be at our mother church in New York City. One of our ministries at the parish at that time was over at St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital. The 2 floors that I was given specifically under the parish responsibilities became identified by St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital as where they wanted to place the persons with AIDS. And I always viewed that we should say people living with AIDS, not dying with AIDS. When it came time to be with them, again, I simply, what do you need? Was the first thing. What do you want from me? You must want to be still identified as Catholic, because you put down in your pink slip when you're registered to come into the hospital, Catholic. John Gainey of the Paulist Fathers, he said, "Rich, I have a big favor to ask you. Do you know a patient, an AIDS patient who would be willing for a Paulist media thing, for you to go into their room and be visiting as if what you regularly do when you're visiting with him?" And I thought of one person who's a little bit of an extrovert, but the day that we went in, he said, "Yes, I'm comfortable with this, Rich, and you just do your normal thing about how you're doing and what's going on today, and would you like communion?" That day he was not doing well, and he still let it happen. But I was very touched by observing all the people who were doing the filming. They left the room very quietly and gently afterwards, but you could tell that that situation had touched all the media people, including John Gainey. John also said, "Rich, thank you for letting us be here with you as you did your regular round of visiting with this young man." This is my class. We're about to be ordained 40 years on May 19th. Ken Boyack, Ruben Patino, Mark David Janis, moi. I feel very blessed that I have had so many different opportunities in so many different ways to use my talents, that the Paulists have really called forth from me